it's October 28th, 6 p.m. I'm acting chairman of the Board of Board of Health, Board of Health, and I call this meeting to order. First on the agenda, we have Ben Fox, 20 Roslyn Road variance. Ben?
Hi, it's
Hi.
Rose, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the engineer, actually.
Oh, that's the engineer.
Yeah.
Yes. Good evening. This is Akuri Kais with Aquaman Engineering.
I think there's another plan if you want to.
Yeah, this is the same one with just some
Yeah.
highlights on it. So this is the proposed traffic right here. And the reason we keep it in this area because we can have a maximum of 4 feet retaining wall. Beyond that, we're gonna have to go to zoning board of appeal. Plus, even if we raise it and raise the ground next to it, there is an access door on the side. So we cannot fill against the building. And we did different applications of septics by trying to go farther away. If I go 100 feet, I will be about 7 foot high retaining wall on the side, which is it's not gonna work. And if I do a longer one or like shift it to different size, I still have variances and will be also in higher ground, which means the system will be higher.
Okay, what's the elevation at the wall?
The wall right now
Yeah,
is
I can't see the.
I'm sorry, the top of wall is 100 and the bottom wall is proposed 96. So right now we're keeping it exactly at the 4 feet, which is the
Okay.
maximum
Yeah,
state
right.
foot.
Right. Yeah, are you looking for a variance for that?
Yeah, only for the well,
Okay,
to be like 87 and 85.
okay,
85 to our well, 87 to our well, that's all.
okay. Was it Margaret?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, how do you feel about that, Margaret?
Yeah, well, I'm not the engineer, so that's why I thought
Yeah.
it'd be good for Rayo to come in here to
Right.
demonstrate why he couldn't get any farther away from the existing wells, and by doing these two red lined offsets, he pretty much demonstrates that either way, he's gonna have to ask for variances. And I do know if you do come up the slope, then obviously everything comes up. The height comes up and then the retaining wall, so.
Okay. Have the neighbors been
Yeah, they were
informed?
notified.
They've been
Yeah,
informed?
Do you have
yeah.
the green card or does?
That was submitted last meeting, because this is the second meeting.
Right, but I think he sent it out again, he had to send it out again.
I don't think so.
No, it
No,
was
it
just
does
a
not.
continuation for the public
Yeah.
hearing.
Oh, okay, you don't have to do
And
that?
it was just the one
Just the
abutter.
one person,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so they've been notified.
Yeah.
Well, I know it's a tight area there.
I know, very
I
tight.
know it's a very tight area. How's everybody?
This is the same one we looked at last time, where
Yeah.
there was too many things, they were going for two different things,
Yeah,
right?
that was used to one variance only.
So what is the required dimension and what's the variance we're being asked?
The required is 100, but you can go down all the way down to 50.
Down to 50?
Yeah. So we're only 87.
So you're looking for 3 waivers, is that correct?
No, one waiver.
One waiver for, exactly
Well,
for the well.
yeah.
For two wells though.
2 wells,
Correct.
right.
Yeah,
that's-
one on the property.
Well, there's
on the-
one that's 87 feet,
Yeah, that's the
away.
neighbor, and
Okay.
ours is 85.
and
on the
yours
property.
is 80, okay. I'm saying, you're not looking for a waiver for groundwater?
Nope.
Okay. Okay,
That's what happened last time, right? They were going for groundwater
Yeah,
yeah.
and one.
Yeah.
So they got away from the
Well-
groundwater one.
Yeah.
Good.
how does everybody feel, how do you feel about that?
I think that's better than last time.
Mm-hmm,
So,
okay, it's an improvement, right?
yeah.
Okay, do I have a motion that we?
Yes, no, that's a good one.
It's very
No.
tight. I mean, I'm even going close to the road, I mean.
You
it's
can
like
see the
very
plan
tiny
there,
road, and
Corey, right?
cars can drive over, so trying to prevent that also. That's the wall.
Right, you can only come so close to the road.
Exactly. Especially this road is very tight.
Then as you pull this up, you gotta raise the wall.
The whole system, yeah, because you go to a higher ground.
I did speak with Steve, and Steve feels comfortable about it, so if he feels comfortable about it,
Okay.
I think that I'm,
All right,
yeah.
let's make a motion.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we, accept the variance from 100 to 87 feet for 20
20,000.
Roslyn Road.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Thank you.
Excellent, thank you. Yeah, that's much better than last time.
So next we have reorganization. We're reorganizing here. So, right now, I feel like I'm interim or I'm acting chairperson. I haven't, I guess there's an approval process, but I am the chairman now because I have the better chair.
Good a reason as any.
So that's what it is.
We want you to be comfortable.
But by the same token, we're probably going to need a vice chairman as well, so.
So are you willing to accept the chair?
Oh, yes, I'm willing to accept it, but I don't know if it has to be approved by, selectmen, or if that's an appointed position.
This would just be an internal organization.
I would think it's just a reorganization.
Yeah, okay, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, so.
But you should probably vote on it.
Yeah, okay. So,
Does that mean I have to put a motion up?
Yeah.
well, I also, I guess we could do that first and then the vice chairman, okay? So I guess you'd have to put a motion forward.
I would make a motion that you would become the chair.
And I'll second.
All in favor?
All right.
Okay. All right, that
That's
takes
all
care of
good.
that one now. Volunteers for vice chairman.
I nominate Corey Howard as vice
Okay.
chair.
Very good,
I don't mind.
okay.
You willing to accept that?
I'll accept that, yeah. Yep, I
Okay,
can do
a
that.
second,
I second it.
okay. All in favor?
All right.
Okay, that's it.
Okay,
It's reorganization.
No blood on the table?
No?
No?
I wanna go over to Steve.
Not yet.
Steve, yeah, well, Steve he mentioned that he would be here.
Wait for time.
Because
Um,
Margaret left.
Yeah, Steve is going to be taking over as the engineer for us. I spoke with Steve the other day, and I think it's gonna work very well. I think we had a relationship with Jim Malley for quite a few years, and it was nice to have that relationship because Jim is very knowledgeable and he was generally a nice guy.
Mhm.
And Steve is very much that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we're gonna be fine with him. And he mentioned that he would communicate on a regular basis with us, so that's gonna be helpful too. Plans like this, he's very knowledgeable. That's why I didn't wanna do anything until I felt comfortable with him, making it okay, saying it was okay. But, does anybody have anything to add to this, or?
Now, before we get too far, we now have it open.
Right,
Yeah,
We should
that's right.
post it.
and it's already
Get
advertised.
underway.
Yeah,
yeah. Okay,
as soon as he left.
Have we had any applicants?
So if you know
all of our
anybody.
Viewers?
I was thinking about it, but, I really can't think of anyone offhand. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if it's advertised and,
Alright.
it's a good foot in the door for people, it really is.
Have to learn something.
And a good foot out the door.
Right.
Sure.
Okay, so I guess that covers that, right?
Yep.
Okay, next we have the transfer station discussion gate. A big issue, major issue.
So I spoke with,
Wait, so what's
Mike.
going on there now? I thought it was fixed.
yeah, kinda, and then they, didn't really work as well as we were hoping after spending money, or after getting the bill, for, the work that they did. So I called and spoke with him and, told him that, it is what it Liz, but we really want that other gate to be a little different. Told him we wanted that gate raised. He said he would go down there. I really wanted to meet him down there, the owner, and talk to him about it, but, he said he's usually, you know, he does a lot of stuff in the morning, and obviously I work, so I can't be there in the morning. I mentioned next Saturday. He said possibly, I haven't heard back. I'll probably call and verify and see if he still wants to do that, or if he's, not gonna be able to, but they did go down and raise the left gate, if you're on the road looking, the left gate, they raised that one, so it clears the pavement now. Right, without problem really,
They raised both of them.
they raised both of them,
They raised both of them and they pinned the hinges. He drilled into the bar
yeah,
and he drove a bolt in so that the hinges shouldn't move.
yeah,
The pins could break, but he said they'll probably hold for a year. So they're raised. And he left the wheel on. The wheel doesn't hit now, just
Yeah.
barely hits. In the winter, if it becomes a problem, it falls, we'll just take the wheel off. But we looked at putting a 2,600-pound wheel on the bottom of there, an
Yeah.
8-inch wheel. You can get it through Northern. If the gate is up 8.5 inches, you put an 8-inch wheel on it, and it's a 2,600-pound wheel, the most that gate can ever come down is a 1/2 inch. And we took a picture of it.
well, that wheel, so say we get, you know, whatever, 6 inches of snow or something in the snowpack, will you be able to wheel that wheel through 6 inches of snow? Cause right now you have an 8-inch clearance, right, say it's 8.5 inches.
Well, I have an 8-inch clearance and I have a wheel on it, a rubber wheel that needs air in it.
Right,
So if it comes down, we're gonna have to take it off anyway.
yeah,
We can wait, you don't have to get this wheel.
But
But
if
a
it-
wheel like this holding 2,600 pounds,
so when will the wheel be in contact with the ground, cause the ground is like a hill,
when you come
so.
halfway open, just before you make the final swing, it just touches
The
top,
wheel
and
just
then
touches the ground
just
there?
touches right now. The other side, there's no wheel on it, but it's 8 inches up. If it holds, it'll be good. We just gotta, we'll get a stone and put it in there so we can drop the bar behind the stone, because they dug a hole to drop the bar in.
Yeah,
The bar
Oh,
will
yeah, I
it'll
need-
freeze in that hole, never get it out.
yeah, I need
You know?
I need to bring down a chunk
Yeah.
of pipe, I got like some, I can cut a 2-inch piece of pipe off of some
George.
post at home.
What does it mean, rubber caster with brake?
It's got a brake on it, you can push it down and break it. We don't really need the
okay,
brake.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
We
don't
don't
think you want
need
the
the brake.
rubber.
We were looking for one that would hold,
Plus it's
Right.
solid rubber, is that, do you think that's solid rubber? Or-
it's, yeah,
It's
solid.
solid.
There's a steel one.
Well, polyurethane.
Yeah.
So they've got 3 different kinds, they've got
Yeah.
solid rubber, they've got a poly one,
Okay,
Polypropylene.
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
they've
and it's
got-
a solid.
and they got a steel one, they got 3
Yeah,
different.
and the steel one, we looked at the steel and it only holds 1,200 pounds, where the poly is saying 2,600 pounds. That's a ton. That gate, no
Yeah.
way.
So we're
can
saying,
that
trying
have
to be,
that much
trying to
weight
be
on it.
safe than sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so what's the lowest point, when you swing either the left or the right gate, what's the lowest point?
I'll have to measure it. I
I'll
didn't
have to
measure
check
it.
that out,
Wouldn't
I'll
that
try to
be,
come by
wouldn't that be
Saturday.
near where they drive up the hill, right about that?
Probably,
Or
yeah,
where you've dragged it out before and it kinda stopped?
yeah, the right
Yeah.
gate,
Yeah,
Right
the
there,
right gate
right
is
there.
the right gate goes in, you just, as long as you get the bar up. Now
Mm-hmm.
that it's raised, it'll slide in, you just have to hold the bar up.
Okay.
The left gate, when you slide it in, just before it clears the driveway, it's a little bump there, the wheel just touches it, right now. And that wheel's up 8 inches. That gate, last time I measured it, after they were done, it's about a little bit over 8 inches.
So in the closed position, it's pretty high.
It's high, it's good,
That is good,
it's
yeah.
good.
Is that pinned now? They did pin it?
Yeah.
They pinned it, they pinned all 4 hinges, cause I went and take a look at it.
Okay.
George, I noticed that the wheel you're proposing requires a right angle support from the gate.
I thought that one doesn't fit right on the bottom? That
Well,
won't
it-
fit across on the bottom
It's
bar?
got a plate.
It's got a plate.
It's got a plate, but that's at right angles to the
Right.
gate.
So you probably need like they were saying like a couple of U-bolts or something.
Yeah, just so we can bolt it onto the bottom. This one this was the one that had the most. I liked this one, but it was only 1,000 pounds. I don't know what the gate weighs.
Yeah, I know, I'm guessing, if you're gonna do it, if you're gonna try it, might as well try it with.
Try it with the one that'll support the most
Sure,
weight.
absolutely, and you're not talking a lot of difference in money.
No, it's only $6 or $7
That's
difference.
right, yeah.
So my only concern is that you might have a hard time pushing that through the snow if it doesn't create a lot of clearance, if it doesn't allow a lot of clearance for when there's snow there, but.
There'll be plenty of clearance till we get
To the
that high
point.
to the hard spot. And the hard spot, like I said, is only
So
maybe
you
a
might have
couple
to
inches.
scrape,
And usually we don't go in until after it's plowed, so
Yeah.
there might be a little snow there, I don't
Yeah,
think it's
right,
gonna
right,
interfere.
not gonna make
Cause
it-
if we go in and it's not plowed, we're not going in.
Yeah, and they'll open it, and as long as it clears that little bump, they can plow.
And I think they open the other one, it's easier, then they go in and plow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're also proposing 2 wheels wide, which means there's a double width hitting the ground.
Yeah,
So if you got stuff in the way, you're pushing 2 tires through rather than
yeah,
one.
but they're kind of close together, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't think of putting them right on the end, I was thinking of putting them a little bit back from the end, because it doesn't have to be on that coming down pole, it can ride on the bottom.
Right.
And that'll even give us more clearance.
So do you think a bigger wheel is better or a smaller wheel would be better to
Well, we
save
got
it?
8 inches now. It's a little more than 8 inches. If we put an 8-inch wheel on there, it would maybe just hit the ground.
Right, and if it starts to sag, it'll catch it before
It'll catch it right
drops.
away,
If you put a 6-inch, it's not gonna catch it until it's like.
until it's,
green and
until it
alive.
falls.
And the thing is, if we get to the point where it's really hard to push, where it'll still roll, it's telling us the gate's coming down.
Right,
So
right.
it's just, there's more weight there.
Okay. Speaking of tires, how are we doing with tire day?
Oh, gee, we
We got quite a few tires.
Yeah,
forget what I brought in, $285. I think that's what I got in the box. It's a nightmare keeping track of that.
yeah. Now, what
Trying
do
to
they,
finish up my paper and then here comes somebody else. Gotta
It's
fix
all nice
everything,
and
go.
stacked though, it's
Huh?
nice, like you have it all nicely stacked.
Well, it's easy to count.
Well, we're trying
good,
to
I
stack
know,
5
right?
high, yeah, 5
5
high,
high.
it's easier for us to get a
Right.
count on
Yeah.
it, so.
It's good,
Yeah, I remember one years ago, but they
a pile.
just threw them in, what a nightmare that was. We
Yeah.
had to
what are they,
restack
what
everything,
are
so
they
now.
charging to get rid of the tires?
It depends on how many they have.
Oh, is that what they
Yeah.
do?
So that price list they give us is what they charge per tire.
Yeah, okay,
So we
okay,
should
I
be
see.
fine.
I see, okay.
The highway department now gets rid of their tires somewhere else, so we're
Mhm.
only getting the ones that they picked up. So we're-
And they're putting them separate, so we know what the highway
Yeah,
department
we got them
brings
up
in.
to the,
Right.
what,
And
They're on
she
it,
gave
yeah.
me a list anyways.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Alright.
alright, good.
Just whatever the apprentice is.
So I guess we're all set with the transfer. You might have a question on billing,
On
the gate?
I called the insurance company and she said you can reopen the claim, but you'd reopen it and have them can fix it. You wouldn't go to another company.
Well, we wouldn't go to another company anyhow.
Right.
We'd want them to fix it.
Right, so do they
Are
do
they
it?
charging us more?
I don't think to raise the gate, I don't think so.
No?
Well, I haven't gotten another bill, so I'm guessing if they're not,
I don't wanna push it
if we
either.
weren't satisfied with what they did.
No, I would
No.
assume that we probably got this one.
Do you feel satisfied? Do we feel satisfied? I don't know.
I mean, I don't think he knows what to do any better.
I
he's
didn't mean
trying.
to leave you that day. I
No,
was-
that's fine, I don't think,
I had a pretty bad case of pneumonia.
oh,
Oh,
man.
wow.
Yeah, I did, yeah, so poor Corey and Dick were down there, and all of a sudden I just said, I have to get out of here, and I took off. But I didn't mean to leave you.
No, it's
high
okay,
and
it's
dry.
totally fine, no, are you feeling better?
Oh, yeah.
Good. No, I mean, that's not what I was, I was expecting to just have a couple of working gates that looked right. I've never seen anybody fix a gate with a turnbuckle like that on the top. But like he describes, the turnbuckle, its only purpose is to hold the gate, so that gate used to have the problem, as you opened it, it would drag on the ground, and the closer you got to the open
Mhm.
position, the tighter it got on the ground. That turnbuckle's sole purpose is to pick it up
Right.
in the open position, is to hold the gate up in the air, so it does do that, which is why it sags when it's closed.
I guess my concern is that, is
But-
this good enough, is this gonna last? Is this good enough to think that, we won't have to go back and address it?
As long as
Didn't you
they
say the
didn't
pins,
pose- don't-
injection
You know what?
pins were,
Gonna last a year.
yeah, gonna
You
last a
might
year.
have to readdress it in a year.
I
You know,
mean,
in fact, I found out that the gates were never installed correctly. The turnbuckles that are on each panel in the gate
Yeah.
should have been so they bolted from the top, they bolt from the
Yeah.
bottom, that's why all the bolts are loose. Because if you tighten them up, it pulls the gate down.
Yeah,
If the gate was turned over, when you tightened it up, it would pull the gate up. So the two gates, either when they put them on, they put the wrong side on the wrong side, or they didn't turn them over right.
Right?
Yeah, I think whoever put the frames
Who
up,
put the gates
the
on?
frames on backwards,
That's, Smithfield, North Smithfield fence.
same people.
Same
Yeah,
people.
same people.
Same people.
They originally put that
Yeah,
fence
which
in.
worked
Who
great
said
for
it-
years.
Who said it was on wrong? They did?
I was down there
They pointed it
talking.
out to us and we
They
said,
pointed it out to us.
"Oh."
Cause I said, what if we turn these up? He said, well, it'd work if they were put on correctly.
And they put it on.
They put it on.
Yeah,
But it worked for years, it didn't matter for years until
It's
somebody
kind of a
hit one of the
comedy
posts.
show.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Somebody hit
that's
the other
right.
post.
These
and then-
guys or something else.
I mean, I think the real fix, I think what happened is the gate posts need to be redone at some point, and I don't think that's in this budget anyways, I don't think that
Well,
was part
no,
of that.
wait a minute, you say it's not in the budget, well, the claim is still open.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
for that post, for the
Oh,
left
well.
side, but the right side is messed up too.
Well,
I mean, the right side and that,
But I still think that now is the time they should be fixed, but, I mean, not now because of the weather, but I'm saying, you know,
since somebody hit that one and damaged it, well.
probably in the
there's a
spring it
claim.
should be readdressed. Actually, well, nobody can really address it right now, right, because it's too late in the year.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how we do throughout the winter.
Hoping it survives the winter, that's the thing, I mean, I'm looking, if we, that 8-inch wheel, if we could get one of them and try it on one side, and I
Mhm.
guess that's where we have the problem, because if the thing drops, that's where it hits,
Right.
so it just,
Kristen, if we were to, in other words, the insurance company said something about,
We may be able to wait.
yeah, but we have
This
to
spring.
use this company? They said
Yeah,
that?
she said it's gonna be hard to reopen a claim
Oh,
saying
with another company.
with another company, you can pay this one and then get another quote from another company, and
I see.
should you better off having them do
Yeah, I
whatever
guess
else
we'll
they have to
We'll have to
do.
wait through the winter and see how it goes.
I think we can actually wait with this claim too.
Yes,
Yeah.
it should be like 5 years or something.
It's a while, yeah.
Yeah,
Alright, so
But
I
I'll have
think,
to see how that works.
yeah, that's,
Do I pay this, I don't know.
I mean,
yeah, we'll
I'd,
have to pay them,
Pay them and
but-
then reopen it,
yeah.
I'd really
I
like
would
to meet
think
that
so,
guy
but
down
You
there.
can check with,
yeah.
you know.
I'd really like to meet him down there and talk to him about,
Right, right, because we
Talk
may
to 'em
never
about
get
it.
them back,
Right,
you know,
They
come
might say,
spring,
yeah.
we don't wanna touch this thing.
Well, I don't believe that is an open agenda item for Curry to meet with the guy.
Oh, no,
And
I don't
report
mean
back
that,
here.
I don't mean that, I just simply mean that, no, Cory, could- yeah,
once
that-
we pay
it's
him,
worth
right, he may
meeting.
say, no, we don't want this one.
Yeah,
Right, there's an easier way to make a buck,
Right.
no, we don't want this one.
right, but we can't not pay him,
Right,
right.
that's,
right, he did do some work, I mean, I don't know as
I'll
though,
pay this invoice.
I don't know as though
Yeah.
he did,
yeah, yeah.
2,000
Yeah.
worth of work, I don't.
That's
And now
a
that he
good
raised
check.
that gate again, I mean,
well,
maybe that's a
they
little
brought,
more,
they
but-
brought up one side, and they pinned it.
So they did a little more.
And then I asked them, can you do the same thing on the other side?
And they
And they
did.
said, yeah, we can, I
While
don't think
we're
they're
here.
gonna do it, but they did do it,
While
so,
we're here.
so they did both sides.
So I would say, I think they did what they said they were gonna do for the money, and then they've done a couple other things to
Mhm.
try to make it better, cause I think what they said they were gonna do didn't end up working the way they thought. So
Right.
they still charged us, and they did a couple other things, I think, to try to make up for it, I think we
Right,
got paid
right,
now.
right. Well, they wanna get paid.
Yeah, yeah, and I
It's
mean,
not in their hands right now.
they did some work,
Yeah, they did, yeah,
whether or not, we think that it was
yeah,
2,000 worth of work, I mean, is regardless, they did some work and
right, right.
it worked,
It's
better than it
working.
was.
Right,
It's working better than it was, so maybe that's,
I do notice the gate is opening now.
yeah,
It's
like I
not
said,
partially open.
I mean, I think what needs to happen is they need to just cut those posts off at the ground and dig
Absolutely, yeah.
two totally new holes and start over.
Yep.
Start totally over, take
That's
the
what
gates
needs
right
to
off
be done, you're right.
and just start over fresh with,
Yeah.
We have the money for it, anyway.
Yeah,
so maybe next spring we
that's what we
revisit
have to
something
do, we
like
have to
that.
see how we make it through the winter and
Right.
go from there.
If
Yeah.
it doesn't change after a winter, then
Right,
I leave it alone.
right.
I kinda mentioned that to the guy too when I was talking to him, so I mean, like I said, I really like to get him there, so I can kinda read him a little better and talk to him in person about what's going on with those things, cause
Mhm.
and there's a few issues with that fence, there's a few posts that are leaning, a couple sections of fence, they could weave in like a
Well,
6-inch,
it's been
6-foot
through-
piece here and
It's been
there.
through the war, I guess,
Yeah, we got that
All the
spot,
winters and,
couple cut spots too,
yeah.
It's like one of the guys was working there, like when you go in, the gate on the right-hand side, he even took a thing and he showed me, it's the level, and you can
Oh,
see it's, that one's way off too.
yeah, that
That's
one
not the
was
one
here
that got
years
hit,
ago.
that's the other one.
Sure.
So I'm saying, if they're not level, it's kinda tough to,
Yeah.
It's really hard to hang a gate and
Yeah.
have it swing nice when your posts aren't level. And the ground's not level, so you're
Right.
dealing with a post, and those posts are like not level in two different directions, it's
Mhm.
totally going the wrong way for you. Yeah, no, it's not an easy gate to deal with, plus it's huge.
Yes, it
You know,
does.
that'd be a pain in the butt if it was a 4-foot gate, never mind what are those, 16 or 12 foot, or they're bigger than that, right? It's probably 16-foot gates,
Gates,
those are pretty big gates.
Yeah, those are big.
14.
Yeah, they're big gates, they,
yeah.
I feel like they're more than 12, they might not quite be 16.
I would say
but
16, yeah.
they're pretty big, so it's a lot of gate.
So can we get one of those tires and see what we can do with it?
you want,
Sure, why don't we, yeah, you need two, or,
Well,
You think one for each of them?
I would go with two.
So the lowest spot is 8.5 inches. You're saying when it's barely, when that wheel is just squeaking over the tar. That
Yeah.
at that point it's
Yeah.
8.5 inches.
Yeah.
Same with the other side. The
I gotta remeasure the other side, before you're on the wheels, let me measure the gates where they're sitting right now pinned.
all right. All right. So I'll try to come up there too and take a look
Yeah.
and see. The 6-inch gate now is that the wheel size or is that a 6-inch wheel? So that doesn't include the housing. So the
It's an
housing.
8-inch
Oh, that doesn't
Yeah,
include the house.
8-inch wheel, but it doesn't say whether or not
Thought
that
it was the
includes
whole
the
unit.
I
housing.
thought it was the
So
whole unit,
so
because it says the unit is 4.5 by, where did I read it? I thought it gave the measurements of the top plate too, somewhere on here.
yeah, so if this is 8 inches, right,
Yeah.
here to here,
Yeah.
then we gotta figure out what that is.
Yeah, and I don't think, yeah, unless this is the whole thing 8 inches, but,
That might just be a phone call, but,
yeah.
but that could make a difference if that's
Yeah.
2 inches, right?
Yeah, cause then we'd have to jack it up, get that
Then,
wheel in there.
then an
Yeah,
8-inch
then you
wheel
gotta
would
break
be
the
too
pin,
big.
you gotta break the pin.
So I don't know, so we gotta, I mean, that might be just a phone
Well, you know
call
what,
saying,
we can throw air in the rubber tire,
what's
blow it
the
up
height?
as much as it'll take, and let it sit the winter, see how it goes.
I
mean,
would, no, I wouldn't do that.
I think adding a wheel is a good idea, we just gotta figure out
I'd go
if,
with the wheel.
we just
Yeah.
gotta figure out if, from the mounting bracket,
Mhm.
mounting plate to the bottom of the wheel, what's that total height? If it's an 8-inch wheel, are they including that as part
I
of the
think you're
height?
gonna have to call
Yeah.
and figure
Gonna
that
have
out.
to find
I
out.
mean, 8-inch wheel tells me that sounds like the diameter of the wheel itself, right?
Yeah, it
Not-
does.
Not the housing,
That's what it sounds like, yeah.
so I don't know, but,
But if, you know how it is in the winter with air,
Oh, yeah, it's good, yeah, I know.
it contracts,
Yeah.
it.
right,
well,
and
I
these
need something
things,
solid.
so these are
Right.
solid, so this will be
These are
nice.
they're solid.
And they'll ride under,
Ask Tom Brady,
but
just don't ask the commissioner.
but it's, yeah, I don't know, I mean, I guess we gotta call them and ask them what this, cause it doesn't say anything about it, about the,
Yeah,
no, it says nothing about the size. They're online or something, it may give a better description though. There may be more pictures,
okay, so who can call?
I'll call them and talk to them.
Okay, good.
And I'll measure the other side.
Oh, a chance to do it
You gonna
right
be
now.
there tomorrow? We
Yeah,
take
well,
that tape
I'm
measure
not
when it's
gonna
open?
I'll be there at 10:30.
Yeah, I'll stop it, we'll measure it, so if we got 8 inches, both sides, at least 8 inches, that wheel will sit in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it should stop any drop.
At least the wheel will have something to roll on, I don't want the pipe
So
down
this
there, I don't
one
gotta
has
pick
on
up the
your
pipe and that's gonna be a
invoice?
pain in the ass.
Yeah, take the pipe right
Actually,
off,
wasn't
Yeah.
it was,
cause you don't, the pipe doesn't close it.
it's on that.
Okay, are we all set with the gate issue
Yeah,
right now?
yeah, we'll have to check on a couple things there, check on the height of the wheel and
Okay,
hopefully
so
meet with
we
the.
can table this until,
Yep, hopefully meet with those guys and
okay. Next on the agenda, we have BP invoice.
Which is really Bostonville Recycling.
Oh, yeah, that's right, you told me that.
So,
That's quite an issue.
Oh, that is an issue.
yeah. So now that recycling
It went from,
is almost gone,
yeah, it went from us
getting
getting money to now paying out
Paying
money.
money. It
That's,
may change again, but right now it's not.
yeah.
Yeah, so,
So this is quarterly.
It struck me that at the bottom of that second page is a little sleeper.
This is looking into.
I understand, but if they say we have to sort the plastic, we're in trouble.
yeah, that's a hard thing to sort, people don't really understand the different types of plastics, I don't think generally.
Yeah, that would be a problem,
Is that what they're saying? You're saying,
Potential is there,
potential.
we are considering sorting or will require the plastics to be sorted.
wow,
Alright.
By what?
wow.
Yeah,
by
well,
number.
Dick thinks that would be a full-time job.
Full-time job, and the thing is, when you sort, what are we gonna sort it into? We're gonna just put one there, where do you put the rest of the stuff?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's just,
Well,
So
that,
maybe you
that,
don't recycle plastic anymore, I don't know.
yeah,
Oh,
I know.
that's horrible.
this is, it's kind of a major change. And, you know, people are accustomed to what's going on
Right.
now.
I think we need to ride it for a little bit and see, if anything changes, you know?
Yeah,
I mean, it's
think-
really, it has a lot to do with the China tariffs. So, if that stays the way it is, which may not, you know, with the,
Yeah, that's,
If they're trying
that's
to-
kind of up in the air, but,
if the China tariffs stay, or the China tariffs stay this way, then yeah, I mean, cause they do a lot of our recycling for us, they take a lot of stuff.
and stick it out in the ocean.
Right, and until, I mean, until, you know, the people that are producing plastic start getting a bigger tax bills for using it, you're not gonna see anything different anyways.
There's not much we can do about it right now anyhow.
No, I mean, I think we're sort of stuck right now. Yeah, I think we need to ride it for a little bit and hope it doesn't get much worse, and then if it gets too much worse, we'll have to make a major adjustment, either we're gonna go up on the sticker price to offset, or we,
Well, if it keeps it eating into,
or we eliminate
budget.
plastic recycling, I don't know, I would hate to do that,
And you know, people are still gonna recycle plastics, is the thing.
well, not if we don't have a bin there though.
right,
totally-
they'll end up throwing it in the compactor.
yeah,
Right.
she'll
Yeah.
end up,
That's what they'll do.
And that's what'll happen, if we can't recycle plastic anymore, then we'll have to throw it away, which
I mean,
I got a question.
really bad, but.
BP, we're stuck with BP, correct? Because they put in everything, we
Till June.
couldn't change.
We have 3-year contract?
yeah, so it's up in June,
Yeah.
20.
So if the contract came up, those compactors in there are BP's, they would take them out, the ones
Yes.
that we fill?
yes,
Alright, that was my only question, because I talked to a guy that worked for Harvey,
mhm,
and he told me they run all their plastic on a conveyor belt, and it
Yeah.
sorts it all out.
yes, yes.
They don't do that at BP?
Well, they,
Probably.
Well, Blackstone they don't.
yeah, they, no, at Blackstone they don't,
Yeah.
right.
That's where they take it.
Oh, alright, okay.
Yeah.
Alright. He was there one day and he told me he drove for Harvey and we were discussing stuff and he said, oh yeah, we got this machine, we put the plastic right on
Yes.
it, it just sorts it all out.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
See, what's difficult with us now is, like I said, on Fridays, Blackstone's closed. So we have to plan ahead for Monday's pickup, and it's a shot in the dark. I mean,
Sure,
we're
you
hoping
don't know.
these compactors are gonna be full, or if we say, okay, pull the plastic out, and it might only be 3/4 or 7/8 full.
Yeah, you
It's
have.
it's going out, we have no choice, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause otherwise, we're gonna screw ourselves
Right.
the rest of the week.
Next week, yeah.
So it just,
Yeah, I mean, you guys are doing fine. There's
they
nothing
pick
we
up
can
on
do.
Monday and Wednesday, that's it. So, the green containers, the brown containers, they can pick up anytime.
I
Plastic
mean-
is a major
I
problem.
mean, you know, we try to recycle as much as we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, plastic is a
But if
major
it-
problem.
Becomes an issue where they pull the plastic out of the plastic bin,
Two of them.
then, yeah, 2 of them, yeah. And, people, like you say, are gonna throw them in the compactor.
That's where they're gonna go.
It strikes me that we wait and let them do their research and come back with an answer, and then look at the bidding process next, whenever, for June.
June,
Is it up in June?
mhm.
Oh, okay.
And I guess we'll have to look next month too if we should raise the sticker prices.
Mm.
Right.
Right now, it's, and Kristen, like Kristen said, it's not really necessary right now. But it's something to look at down the in the
Right.
future, because we don't know what direction this is gonna go. So I guess the only thing we can do right now is just kind of feel our way through it and, you know, see how it, if it changes or if it stays the same.
And I'll stay in contact with
Yeah.
Colleen, so,
Even metal, huh?
everything, our metal's been down, yeah.
Okay, so we all set with,
It's too bad.
BP or BV? Okay. Then we have, next on the agenda, we have food inspector. We have a new food inspector. Kristen knows more about it than I do.
Yep,
so-
Ray Goffier. So he helped us out when we were in a pinch. And he did a couple of residential kitchens. He's really good. He's gonna sign a contract, and he's cheaper than Steve Garbedian was.
That's good.
And
Good, and he'll get back to you.
he's good. He's really good.
Great.
Yeah.
All good things.
Yep, he's excellent.
That's what we like.
Yep,
Have we heard it all from Steve, or that's it? He just,
that's it.
Really?
Yeah.
Did we send Steve a notice saying sayonara?
that might be a good idea. Terminate, yeah.
Yeah.
An official letter of termination or
Yeah.
something. I mean, I think he hasn't even returned phone calls in a year, so I think, or.
No, but nonetheless, you know,
We
it could
should.
end up biting us if we don't.
Yeah.
Right. Alright, we should make sure that that's an official thing.
Yeah, good idea.
Talk to Matt. And tell him where.
Especially if someone calls them for their yearly inspection or
Mm,
something.
mm.
Yeah, he's done. Yeah.
It was strange the way he just dropped out and he never really called
Yeah.
back or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, just,
But whatever, we treated him
He's
fairly.
on, he's on medical leave.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, yeah.
yeah, but we've been having problems with him for 2-3 years now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think, yeah.
And I think,
okay, so we're all set with food inspector.
but hopefully no more, right? Problem's gone.
You had mentioned residential
Residential, yeah.
and churches, okay.
So right now, we charge $175 for the restaurants to be inspected, which includes 2 inspections, so it's twice a year. Residential kitchens, now that we have them, only inspected once a year, and it's a much easier inspection.
Are those random, like, inspections or?
Well, he said, not with the residential ones.
No.
It is random with the.
So what do we charge
Yeah,
for
so
those?
he'll switch it up. He goes, it's really good too, cause they don't know who he is.
Oh,
And he's gonna walk in there, he's really good, he's gonna walk in there and ask for everything at first. But he,
What do we charge for residential kitchens now? Anything?
we don't, I don't know,
So we need to come up with a
Right.
policy, a fee,
right.
and churches?
Well, churches, he
Churches.
said, most towns don't charge, cause it's nonprofit. It's
Mhm.
basically, they're just doing like church dinners for
Mhm.
Boy Scouts and
Right.
Things like that.
so he said usually like the health agent could do it. And it's really just going through that list like I showed you today and checking it off and making notes or, and you
That's,
can even call him and ask him
Right.
what exactly.
that's for churches.
For churches or,
The checklist, not.
it's the same
resi-
checklist as you would do for the,
What about residential?
same, it would be the same check.
Same one?
Yeah, but you wouldn't have to like, depending on what they're gonna be
But
doing.
it's once a year for churches and residential?
Yeah,
How does he feel about residential? You had
Um,
mentioned that Steve Garabedian was like, you know,
No.
no way.
he's not a huge fan of it, but it's legal, so
Right.
the state says you can do it, so, you know.
As long as you're inspecting and you
Yeah.
hope that they're abiding by
Yeah.
the rules.
And the
that
people
they're-
that he's done here have been fantastic, he said, so very clean, very organized. I don't know if we're gonna have a ton of them anyways, to be honest with you,
About how long does it take, did he say?
to do one. I guess it depends, like, I don't think it takes very long. I think
We
you
charge
charged
15 minutes,
an
an
hour,
hour,
I think you
a
charged
day?
an hour,
It would, yeah, but he also has to write a report.
So,
yeah,
so we charge $175 twice a year for restaurants?
once a year, it's one, it,
Oh, once a year,
we
but
charge
they
him
do it twice.
$175, right, but he does 2 inspections,
It has to be worth coming here to do it,
right.
you know?
And that's for
But
a
we're
restaurant.
only paying him what he's billing us anyways,
Okay.
so that's
Oh,
just
okay.
includes that.
Oh, I see.
And then if there's a reinspection, he charges $25 for a
Okay.
reinspection.
That's reasonable.
So we just have to figure out
Mm.
what we wanna charge residential.
Yeah, once a year. And what's usually residential people, is that just like somebody making cookies in
Could
their
be
kitchen?
cookies,
But it could be
Jam.
anything, right?
that's all,
Yeah,
yeah.
jam, chocolate.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not a
Very small.
restaurant, so they're
No.
not,
I'm thinking 75.
For the year,
that's what I
The
was,
time it takes him to go there
Yeah.
to do the inspection and come back
I
and
was
write the
between 50 and
report.
100 if you really want a residential kitchen.
Yeah.
I was in that ballpark. 50
So
to
wait,
100.
just to confirm, he's also doing residential and I just do churches? Or am I doing residential?
no, he'll do residential.
Okay.
It would just be like, maybe like the historical society, in the churches.
I kinda think he should
Which
do
he
the
did, he already
churches
did the
too.
historical
I
society.
mean, I think he should do them all, but I'm fine with,
And
I'm,
then we'd eat it, or just we pay for it?
yeah, I mean, I'm fine with Emily doing them, not that she couldn't.
I mean, he can do them, he doesn't mind doing them. There's
But
not
we've
that
always
many,
had the
there may
food
be
inspector
2
doing
or
them for
3.
years, I just don't wanna put any more responsibility on the health agent.
I
It's-
know. Well, Joe used to do, well, the health agent used to do it, like churches and stuff.
Could we do it on an availability basis, one or the other?
Oh, Joe used to do them and then
Yeah.
Steve started doing them?
I did them.
Steve never did them,
Oh, he never did?
no,
I
the
did them
agent, the agent used
for
to do 'em.
about 6 months.
Yeah,
I did a couple.
The
yeah.
churches?
Yeah.
So we don't wanna start
Okay,
charging
so-
church.
so do you wanna couple that?
Yeah, what do you think, 75, is that
What is,
fair?
For the
or-
what
residential?
does he charge?
I'm just a little concerned, cause he comes from,
Well, he's charging
Westboro?
40 anyways.
he charges 40, but we charge them 75, is that what you?
We would
I see.
charge them whatever you wanna come up with,
So
so,
he's charging us 40
yeah,
to inspect residences? Or
Yeah.
churches or
Yeah, or-
non-profits,
no, or establishments, regular food
Whatever.
establishments.
Revisit, so.
even the restaurants?
Restaurants.
Oh man, so maybe $50 for a residential kitchen, I mean, they're not like a restaurant that's making a killing
Yeah.
on their food, that's their whole
Yeah.
business,
So-
they're just
so what do
baking
we-
cookies.
What do we think here?
So I can put, I don't know if he would go back for reinspection for someone like, it
Right.
depends, he had
Right.
to explain it to me. But,
You could
on
do,
our application for the restaurants, I do put reinspection fee of $65.
you can do that for.
I can do that
for residential
right,
too,
just say it's gonna be-
$50 and then 25 for
Right.
additional
Hmm.
inspections, so if $50 if you
50?
if your cat's jumping on the counter during inspections, then
Okay, 25
when you come back.
Okay. Are you good with that, Kristen?
sure, so 50,
I'd make that as a motion,
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Okay,
just made a motion.
made
I'll
a
second
motion,
it.
second, all in favor?
Aye,
Okay.
And that's
Okay.
only the
residential.
for-profit people, the non-profits are no
Right.
charge.
No, we,
Right, the
Okay.
churches.
All residential would
Yeah,
be
like
that,
the churches, yeah.
churches would be,
And then do you wanna make a
A
motion on that? Not charging?
what the
Yeah,
churches
we
are.
have to probably make a motion on
Yeah.
that
I
too.
think you need a motion for
Yeah.
non-profits, not just churches, but non-profits.
Nonprofits.
So if the Boy Scouts did it in
Oh,
someone's
yeah.
home, you'd need to inspect, but it
Well,
might be
I
non-profit.
don't know if we have to do that, but, yeah,
Mm.
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
it's a
so,
weird.
I don't know, cause then your nonprofits, you gotta check all their,
cause I think
Credentials,
nonprofits
make sure
didn't
that
have
they-
to, actually.
But the church and stuff, you, cause they have a kitchen and,
Right,
yeah,
kitchen.
yeah,
Mhm.
you still want that inspected.
so do you wanna do,
I was gonna say
Churches.
501c3s and non-profits, but that's an IRS thing and you don't necessarily have one to be non-profit.
I think maybe it's the bake sales that they
It's
can,
bake
but I
sales
think if they're
and-
holding,
And if you're cooking it in your kitchen, it's allowed.
I mean, the adult
Don't
social
know.
centers and
How come you don't
non-profit.
just charge the churches
It's a
$50 too?
501c3.
it's up to you guys.
I mean, I'm fine with charging the churches $50 too, I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah, I mean, they're making money, I mean, it's not,
They have a real kitchen, a big one, and they have a lot of stuff.
well, what do we wanna do here?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine to charge the churches too, it's
Alright,
not like
so
it's $50 a year, it's not.
All non-industrial or non-restaurant inspections, $50, $25 recharge, re-inspect.
Okay,
Is that where we are?
it sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
fine
I
with
thought
that.
that
So
was
that
what we're
includes
doing.
churches or the
Mhm.
non-profits. All right, so I'll make that as a motion.
Okay,
Okay, I'll second that.
And do you want him to do all the churches and everything?
yeah, do all the churches, everything, yeah.
And if he's not available, we have someone else who may be available.
Yeah,
Right, she could do the churches, not the
He's
residential.
pretty available, I think
Yeah.
he'll fit it in.
But-
He's got a couple people that work with him too, so if he's
Oh,
unavailable,
wow.
he's got people that work with
All
him.
right, so if we get a second on the motion?
Emily did, yeah?
okay, all in favor?
Aye.
I guess the motion passes.
Okay.
Okay, so.
That was a good debate, focusing in on what the heck we were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, next we have, update from the, health agent, Emily.
It's been a good month, actually. I closed Gilboa Street, Corey.
Nice.
Really?
That's amazing. Yes, it was all good.
Score one for Emily.
Yes, exactly.
That's good.
That was a tough one.
I was,
Everything looked good by the time I left, so I was like, okay, I guess I'm done here.
The garbage was out of the yard too?
It was mostly gone. There was still a little bit, but they're moving now. But they did like a really good job from what I saw and putting stuff
Oh,
up.
good.
Yeah, because there was like a lot more last time I was there, and I was like, oh gosh, but a lot of it was gone.
Oh,
so.
good, good.
Arch Street, I'm working with
Oh, jeez.
Mark on writing a letter. We just have to figure out who should condemn that, because I think technically he should, because about the floor joists that are broken.
Oh, have you guys gone in there? Just going off of what I inspected a year ago or so?
Yeah.
Did you go in there, Corey?
Oh yeah, place was a mess. Me, the fire chief, or myself.
Yeah, I was just going off of the last 3 things that you had on there, so.
Oh, the fire chief and then, God, we had to go in there with everybody. Building inspector, that place was a disaster.
So, and then Main Street, that pool is all set. And
Cool.
what else?
What's the pool?
The pool was.
It's an
it wasn't.
in-ground pool?
It wasn't. Yeah, it was an in-ground pool that wasn't filled in properly because it was kind of just on a piece of land, which I guess isn't allowed. The owner's house is across the street, but they never filled it in properly. So there's a complaint.
Okay, so they were filling in the pool. Is that what, yeah?
They
and
did, but
and
then they never did it properly. So now he just did it correctly.
Okay, so what did they do, compact the soil
I
and,
think so, yeah.
and add more? Okay,
Hopefully they just did a mound instead of,
yeah.
this thing just sunk, but, I mean, that was a silly thing anyways.
Mm.
It's another story.
And then let me see, I think that's it. Then there was Fairfax that came up again, but I never heard from him, so I think.
Fairfax Way, that's the well. He was getting, what, rust or sand or grit or? What was
Yes,
happening up
that
there?
is what happened, because the first time it was the smell, right?
Smell.
First time was the smell, this time it was, I think,
Taster.
What was
But
this
he
time?
was a renter.
He was
Yeah,
a
right.
renter, so he did call, I called the maintenance company for him, and
They
they
do
were right
work.
on it.
Yeah, they
They were
do.
right on it,
And they fixed the house.
yeah, haven't
Excellent,
even heard.
excellent.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So the people, I'm sorry, but Arch Street, the people are totally gone though. There's nobody living there.
I don't think so. I've never seen any cars there.
I've never seen any cars there
No,
either, not in a
so.
long time.
Oh, and then today I just did South Street. I just went to South Street for that
For,
complaint. There was a complaint that maybe someone might be living in a shed, and that I had Steve actually come out with me because the fire chief and Mark went out, and they said that there might be something with water lines like near a septic or something. But Steve looked all over, and we didn't see anything.
water lines near septic.
It was a trailer park.
Mm.
And the shed, it did have an air conditioner in it, but there was a dog in there.
Yeah,
That was it, just a
Good.
dog.
Is
They
it?
carry your dogs.
Just a
Yeah,
dog.
because his nose is like sticking out of the door a little, so
Oh, yeah.
he's just a big dog.
Just
So
a
you guys
big
didn't go
dog.
close to the
shed?
He's
You
just
saw
a
the big dog living in the
Just
shed?
the woman was outside and talking to us, so I mean I'm sure they don't have a ton of room inside, you know what I mean? Better to keep him outside.
Right. By somebody.
Air conditioning for a dog.
So,
Gets too
was
hot.
that an issue too, the
Yes.
water,
No,
the water distribution system, was that an issue?
they said something about that, but Steve looked like under the because one of the trailers like you could look underneath and there was nothing. There's no pipes or.
Wow.
Nothing.
And but they're vacant too, so even if there is something, we wouldn't have seen any water pooling
Right.
because they haven't been in there for a while. So the chief just told me at least keep an eye on it, so if anything ever comes up, at least we know.
Especially getting closer to winter and everything. There's somebody you say is living in there?
Not in the vacant ones. Someone thought for the shed, because they said
The
that air
shed.
conditioner, but it was really just the dog.
Oh. Okay.
Hopefully it was a big shed.
It wasn't that big, but
Okay. All right, so that's the health agent report update. And we go to bills and warrants on the agenda. So everybody,
We do about 17,000 a month for the BP Trucking.
Yeah, it's
What, you think about starting a business?
No,
That's what I said earlier.
You can just have our contract and you'll be fine.
Everybody,
When did Steve start? Did he already start?
Wednesday. No, yeah, he's not starting till Wednesday.
Looks good.
we all good here?
Yeah.
what's the civil site engineering at 3700?
Margaret.
I know it says Margaret.
Yep.
but
Oh, the
What was it for?
plan reviews, inspections,
Okay.
all the engineering stuff.
The per unit sheet that we handed around last meeting before,
What, itemized?
yeah, that was like 200, 125.
Oh. A minute, please.
Ah. Thank you.
I check it with a fine tooth comb.
Good.
She's like, this is the first bill I've ever gotten that wasn't marked up.
Thank you.
Okay, are we all set with the bills and warrants?
Yeah.
That was very efficiently done. I'm impressed.
Okay, so now we have the tonnage, and I'm looking at the tonnage here, and it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Guys are doing a great job.
Doing our best.
Yeah,
You're-
B's
You're all
been,
pros out there.
B's been real high. 8-9 is getting a little low, but sometimes that happens when
Yeah,
you're
it does
prepping
happen.
for a weekend, so.
It does happen,
Well, the thing,
Occasionally.
we get confused when we hit a holiday, that's where it's,
yes.
messes everything up.
Yeah.
Do you guys want?
Even the weather sometimes can mess it up too.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's right. And even 8-9, you can't have that going into a weekend.
No.
Is this metal reimbursement still active
Yes.
at the right number?
Yes.
But,
It used to be
That's
higher.
big money.
Yeah.
$26.
yeah, B is really low.
Go and get a cup of coffee with that.
Is B, is that, you think that that's a
All of
function
us.
of the hydraulic system?
One.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You see the
one,
tonnages, are you looking at tonnages?
On the tonnages, on the B compactor, the gauge that we read does not go down to 0 to start. It starts like around 5.
I thought they were gonna replace those.
And B seems to be the better one.
Yeah, B doesn't stop.
A stops.
A will stop when it's full. B used to stop, it doesn't, that thing will just keep going. But what happens, when they go to pick it up, when they back the thing, 'cause usually when we leave, I try to push the plunger in right, so it stays like that till Monday, you know what I'm saying, when they come to get it, but a lot of times, a lot of stuff will come back, he's gonna shovel the stuff out, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. We try and have B last all Saturday, Saturday's a busy day,
Mhm.
and we try and have A go for Tuesday and Thursday, and it's been working out fairly good that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause we never know how much is coming in, that's the thing.
Oh, B looks like the hydraulics in that one is working really well. But you said A shuts off on its own, so
A shuts off on its own, yeah.
probably
You
right
know,
around that 11 mark. It quits out on
Yeah.
that.
Dick, weren't they gonna change the gauges though?
I thought we had brought that up before, but
I think they did go there and, didn't they go there and do their, whatever they were gonna do?
whatever they did, but the gauge still starts at 5.
Well,
I mean, starts at 5, so we try and load up to like 2,000. 2,000, 2,100, usually like that. It'll keep going, but the thing is,
Yeah, but you know, there should be some kind of a kill switch there or something.
A has it, for some reason B
So do you want me
doesn't.
to call and,
I mean, I can keep running B until, we'll see till it stops or blows up or whatever.
So you-
But,
should I call Scott?
and then they'll fix that.
yeah, yeah, call Scott, tell him like, well, yeah, unless we keep B going till it stops, they're supposed to stop on their own.
I mean, he may say just run it.
Yeah.
If we run it, that's fine with me.
Stand behind it.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll get 22, 23 in there, I don't know.
I mean,
Should I leave it then?
I would say don't push it. I mean, I would say keep going with what you're doing.
Usually we try and go
I
on
might call 'em
two
and let 'em
thousand,
know.
2100, where we
Just
try
give them
and
the
go.
heads up.
So what am I
Then
letting
we
them know that
cut it
the,
off,
gauge isn't-
and A will go to
isn't
around
zeroing
18,
out, and it's,
Yeah.
18,
Yeah.
1850 around there, then she stops.
yeah.
Yeah.
If he thinks that we've got a good handle on it and the guys are doing fine with the way it is, then
so it starts at like 5 ton, like it says it's, is it?
Yeah,
it's reading PSI, right? So it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes,
500, and then they're pushing it to 2,000. And it seems to be working good. I mean, right now it's our best one, so I'd hate to.
That would be, I mean, yeah, A stops on its own.
That's the thing. I hate to mess with it too much, and then all of a sudden.
No,
I'm
we can
rolling,
leave B the way
putting
it
9
is,
or
we'll
10
just keep
in it.
getting, put in as much as we can.
It's up to you guys.
Getting a lot in it.
Right, it's
That's fine.
good though to make them aware of
Yeah.
that.
Right. If there is a problem, they might want to know about it. So yeah, you can just let them know. And
Cause
say
I'm thinking
it's fine if you want us to
changing the
stay.
gauge ain't gonna change the internals, you know what I'm
No.
saying? So just the gauge.
Right. No, it's probably. like you
Okay,
said,
so
it's
we're
some
all
sort
set
of
on the
sensor.
tonnage, right? Everybody feel good about the tonnage? Okay. And we'll move to the next item, which is approval of the minutes, last meeting.
Move we approve the minutes of September 23rd, 2019,
Okay, do we have a second for that
as
motion?
distributed.
Yes, okay. Second on that motion?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, minutes have been accepted. And now we're up to new and old business. And Dick, you have something?
Yeah, I put the rain gear. You want to come up? This is the one we'd like to get. The one that George had was nice, but apparently by OSHA rule, the silver has to be at least 2 inches wide. The one
Oh.
that George had got, like, yours was like an
Inch and a half
inch.
or something,
Yeah,
yeah.
like for the house, that's
Okay.
fine. But I guess for OSHA rule, it's gotta be 2 inches, 2 inch wide. This is the one we're talking about.
Yeah, you
Right.
spoke to
John.
John?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what John
And
gave
John
us.
brought that book over.
Right.
So
Did you-
I need sizes,
Hmm?
sizes.
George and I go a medium. Maddie wants a 2X, and I've had to call you tomorrow.
Ron, he already came in,
Oh, did he tell you what he wanted
Yeah.
for size?
yeah.
Oh, so you got his,
Yeah.
okay.
So
great.
George and you want medium
Yeah,
and 2X for,
2X for Maddie, yeah.
really?
That's what he said.
Wow.
He's gonna
He
swim.
likes to have these swims. I don't know how he
He wants to be
nice
comfortable.
2X.
It's because he wants to wear his pajamas under
Can I keep it? I'm gonna keep it.
Those, this is like a fitted jacket, right? Like the pants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's gonna be walking on the knees.
yeah, that's right.
So
Can
when we get the part-time.
always roll them, I guess.
Yeah.
When we get the part-time replacement person in, we buy a set for that person too.
Yes.
We're gonna talk about that.
Oh, great. I didn't sound enthusiastic, but I meant it.
We're gonna, oh, you?
I think we should probably buy an extra set of those.
We don't know what size
Yeah,
though.
what
bad
size?
idea.
so-
2X or medium or large?
Yeah.
Well, you can put two
I
people
think-
in one.
Well, you know,
He can just share his.
I
Yeah,
think,
Maddie can go with 2 people, it's no big deal.
I think we could order them quick enough. I think
Yeah,
we could.
very fine.
I think we come in quick, so.
Yeah. And that person's just gonna be a.
Okay, is there anything else on the transfer station? How about the
Just the
retaining
wheel
wall?
and that, that's
We
all.
discussed the retaining
Yeah,
wall.
that's all.
Oh, yeah, the retaining wall, yeah, I don't know how to address that thing.
That hill is something else.
Yeah, it is, it really is. That's gonna be, to me, that's a capital investment.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
That's a big project too.
That is a capital investment.
Why don't
We
we,
have that.
Yeah, and something we should address because it's a safety issue. And that really should be addressed.
Would be nice if we could do another, why in the world didn't they, when they first did that, why didn't they ever just extend that concrete retaining wall all the way across, and not even do a hill?
Now, that concrete wall, does it go all the way down to the bottom, like the front part? I don't know if it does, does it?
I just assume it
Who
goes
knows?
into
I
the
don't
ground
know.
a good
I have
ways
no
even.
idea.
Do you know what you wanna do? Like how much?
why don't we start the process?
Well, we'd have to get.
Why don't we
you know,
advertise that we want a solution to this and let different contractors propose their solution?
Well, because what happens in a situation like that, when you advertise to bid, you have to have a plan.
So that they're all.
It's not up
Yeah,
to,
from
it's
Y'all
not
have to
up
what
be-
we
to,
want, yeah.
it's not up to the contractor
You mean
to
for-
decide. It's up to
for the
the,
estimate, or-
it's up to us and our engineer. look at it, or we hire an engineer to look at it and have it engineered properly, and then we put it out to bid, because that's really the only way to do it. I know it's an expense, but it's something that has to be addressed,
We
because
have a town engineer, is he the one? Or do we have to hire an
we
engineer?
may have to hire an engineer to, an outside engineer
But
to
we
do
would go to
that.
him first and say,
Yeah,
Alright.
I think
That's
we're
something we
gonna
should
do a
probably
retaining wall.
look
Should I
at.
start there now?
I think so, yeah.
I don't think it hurts to start the process,
No, no.
because this could be a year off.
Oh, it will be, because we're not gonna do anything now, winter's
We
coming.
can't do anything now, but maybe it's possible in the spring that they could
Right.
do something,
Could
you know.
have plans done by spring.
Yeah, and then if it's in before the grass starts to grow, that's really what we're looking for. So, yeah.
Either that, we hire off a couple of goats and stake them and let them eat everything, I mean, once a month.
I don't think that's gonna work too well. But, you know, now is the time, if we have the money, we should invest it, you know, properly, and that's, to me, that's a very proper way to do it, because it's a safety hazard. I can't stand going in there to see you guys trying to push a lawnmower up that hill.
He does.
I know. And that just drives me crazy.
Somebody's gotta do it, huh?
It
It's
can't be.
tough.
But it's getting a little hairy.
It's crazy, I mean,
You can't.
They've been doing it for-
Slide back, or you can't hold the ground, and when the ground gives out, it's literally mushy there.
Poor
Yeah.
guy.
If they
He's
use-
like a teenager, though.
I know.
and they've been doing it for, I mean, how long's the transfer station been like that?
Well, forever.
25 years?
Yeah.
Well,
For
that
years.
was like that since I got there.
Until they
I've been
capped
there
it, yeah,
6
when
years,
they
I
capped
know.
it, then.
25, 30 years it's been like that,
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
But the day he stumbles and the mower falls him.
yeah. I know, that's the whole thing. You know, we don't wanna see an
I
accident,
don't know, I wonder, have they been talking about that for 25, 30 years since they,
yeah.
has that hill been in discussion since the, I mean, I've only been on the board for 6, but.
Oh, it's been 30 years, hasn't it? 30 years?
But we really just started talking about it,
No, oh, yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm saying the capping of
Oh,
the,
yeah.
Yeah.
eighties.
yeah, back in the 80s. So,
Christian, you're gonna write a letter to town engineer
I'll talk to him.
request help or something?
so do we have anything else to,
I do. So we talked about hiring or,
oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the fifth.
and I don't know if it's the same guy, but
I don't think so.
we have 2 people that applied for the senior tax.
Oh, good.
But it will start November 1st, so I can contact them, we should just use both of them, obviously, right?
Sure.
And then just alternate them, whatever you wanna do.
Well, like I say, let's just start training, I say, just on a Saturday. That's when we, the busiest, and they can see more what's
Mhm.
going on.
Mhm.
So should we have somebody
Oh, I remember that guy.
here or have the guys at the transfer station interview these 2 people? Or you're gonna hire them both?
Well, they're just volunteers. Well, not volunteers, a tax
Abatement.
Tax
abatement.
Yeah, they get,
That's what I was gonna ask,
Yeah.
can they both technically work it, is that fine?
Yeah, they can, as long as they can do whatever they
They just can't
asked
go over
to.
the so many hours, right?
Right,
So-
125
Oh,
hours.
okay.
So it
So
runs
what's the
November.
hourly rate, $8 an hour?
Minimum wage, so it's at 11,
Yeah, I think it's
12.
Wow.
125,
Yeah.
that's more than $1,000.
No, I think it's the hours, isn't it?
They're per hour, yeah, so they can do 125 hours if they
Right.
did the maximum, yeah. So, I will call both of them
Good.
and see if they can
That'd
start.
be good. We can get a couple backups there. That'd be
so,
60 instead of 4, yeah.
so should we
That'd be better.
form a committee to hire these people, or
No, they can just start.
they can just start?
You know, they just have to fill out all the paperwork like an
Okay,
employee.
oh, for the abatement,
Yeah.
that's right.
So they fill out like a regular employee would fill out all that
Okay,
paperwork.
okay.
Do we have to make a
Then they
motion to
can-
go ahead with it?
No,
So we talking one person or 2 people?
there's 2.
So if you put 2 people on, you have to pay both of those people the 125 hours. Now, how's that
You don't
money-
have to,
No,
they
no.
can work 5 hours if they want.
Oh,
So
but
it's,
if
it's
they're
a,
doing it for tax write-off,
Yeah.
they'll wanna put their 100 hours in.
right,
They'll want to, but
Yeah.
it may not be ours to
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm
do
saying.
that.
Well,
Thing is,
some of them-
we- if George and I are working on the side, we don't need two other people. here.
No, just one
is
person,
fine, but
yeah.
Right, and that's what they'll do.
We could be
They'll
on
alternate.
But also-
we rotate them or
They
something.
can
Also-
rotate, yeah,
I guess-
every other weekend. They can-
Yeah,
Whatever
I
they
guess,
want.
I guess what I'm thinking is, you know, I mean, it's kind of, do we know that these people are good workers? You know, they can do the job, they can do the work.
Yeah, they gotta be interviewed sometime before. I
That's what
would
I'm
think.
saying.
Well, one of them was, has been interviewed. He's one of the ones that were were you at the
Okay.
interview?
Which one is that?
That was the
Stephen
last
Burt
interview we
Blaze?
had.
Blaze? I don't remember him.
He was interviewed.
Blaze.
You know, I would think with all the training that's involved and the things they have to know, that it's gonna be easier with one person than with two.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Well, sometimes when we might need the help, like in the wintertime, the shoveling stuff, we might have to call them in,
Yeah,
you know, like after the storm, so
Right.
we can get it done quicker, you know,
Sure.
instead of us, George and I spending 4 or 5 hours there,
Yeah.
we might be able to knock it off in 2 or
Couple
3, you know,
hours,
I mean,
yeah.
just get it done.
oh, absolutely, yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
storms and things like that, I mean,
Yeah.
2 extra men would be great.
Yeah, go a lot quicker.
You guys can read these, I'll leave them out.
I mean, I'm
Alright.
fine either way, but I think,
Yeah.
I think hiring both of them is fine too, and just having them both, cause I mean, there's
I
nothing saying
mean,
you have to call
I
them,
don't
right?
know, this one put down for 2 different places, groundskeep, the rec, and transfer station. What this place is.
Send to, I don't know what that is.
Transfer station, or Board of Health, maybe I could use them too, if he wants to do
There you
that.
go.
Lots of
There you go.
filing to do.
A lot of filing.
A lot of filing.
Uh,
Yeah, I use
All the
Helen,
files.
I use Ron's wife, she's coming in this week.
Good.
Yeah. So, that's good.
Okay, so we're all set, do we, anything else? Yeah, go ahead.
Quick update on the hazardous waste.
Oh,
I'm sad to say that I've done nothing since the last meeting.
no,
All right.
I've been working in my yard extensively, and now
How's that coming? Alright.
I dug out the materials today, and I will get back at it and have a better report for next time.
Okay,
I'm looking for grants, that's the focus. Everything else, we're all set, we can do this.
sure.
Just getting the money.
Yeah, probably 8,000 to 10,000. And unless you get a pocket change in your, no, I don't think so.
Petty cash.
petty cash.
So I'm done.
Okay, very good, anything else? Okay, do I have,
Oh, no, we're gonna meeting,
I'm sorry?
we're gonna make a meeting date.
Oh, yeah, okay, meeting date.
So,
Thanksgiving.
that's, the last Monday is Thanksgiving weekend, or week of Thanksgiving.
Not every-
So we could do the 18th.
Are we tied up on this?
I mean, I'm fine with the 25th.
I'm fine
I
with
am too,
25th,
yeah.
It's not Thanksgiving weekend, right? It's the weekend before, so.
It's
weekend
weekend
Monday
after
before.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I don't care, I'm fine. I'll be here.
25th?
I'm not planning anything.
Everybody good, Dick?
Good?
11:25.
Okay,
Yeah,
25
should be
is good.
fine.
okay. I have a motion to adjourn,
So moved.
okay?
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Very good.